Have identified 30 cases of rare blood clot events after the use of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency has also said that it had received no such reports of clotting events following the use of vaccines made by Pfizer BioNTech. On March 18th, the UK Medicines Regulator said that there had been 5 cases of a rare brain clot, that is a rare brain blood clot, among 11 million administered shots. This week, it put the count at 22 over reports of cerebral venous sinus thrombosis and 8 reports of other clotting events associated with low blood platelets. The 30 cases are discovered out of a total of 18.1 million doses that have been given so far. Cerebral venous sinus thrombosis is an extremely rare brain clotting ailment. As investigations into reports of rare and sometimes severe blood clots continue, some countries are restricting the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine, while others have resumed the inoculations. Earlier in March, more than a dozen countries, including Germany, suspended the use of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine over the blood clot issue. Most of them restarted the vaccination drives with certain limitations in place after the European Medicines Agency, or EMA, said that the benefits of the vaccine outweighed the risks of not inoculating people against the infection. Now, it is important to note that the blood clotting cases among the recipients of the AstraZeneca vaccines are majorly being discovered in European nations. In India, which is inoculating its massive population with the same Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine, no such case has been reported so far. More than 65 million doses of coronavirus vaccines have been administered across India so far. The vaccine was once hailed as another milestone in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, but has been dogged by questions since late last year. AstraZeneca's vaccine has been authorized for use by dozens of countries, excluding the United States. But even if the AstraZeneca jab wins US regulatory approval, the US may not need the vaccine. That's the word from the nation's top infectious diseases expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Fauci said that the United States has enough contracts with other vaccine makers to vaccinate its entire population and possibly enough for booster shots as well in the fall. Meanwhile, the UK regulator's concerns have barely been a day after Europe's medicines regulator once again reiterated its support for the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. The EMA had reaffirmed that no particular age group or gender or anyone with a previous medical history was susceptible to blood clotting after receiving the AstraZeneca shot. EMA also issued a statement after hearing with a panel of independent external experts on Monday. It said that a causal link with the vaccine is not proven, but it is possible and further analysis is continuing, and reiterated that the vaccine's benefits outweighed any potential risks. EMA's reassurance came after several countries like Canada, Germany, France and Spain limited the use of the vaccine after reports of blood clotting among recipients. EMA said that it had analyzed 62 such cases globally, consulting with regulators in India, Brazil and Britain. 44 of the cases had occurred in the European Economic Area. Germany's vaccine oversight body said on Tuesday that it had registered 31 cases of clotting, which resulted in 9 deaths out of some 2.7 million people who had received the AstraZeneca vaccine. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has expressed concerns over the growing surge in COVID-19 cases in France. Daily new COVID-19 infections in France have doubled since February to average nearly 40,000. The number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care has also breached the 5,000 mark this week. Describing the COVID situation in France as sad and alarming, Johnson suggested that the UK could also be impacted with another wave within weeks.
I'm afraid you can see what's happening in France and it is, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad because they're facing it again. All the experience of the last year is that when they get it in France and they get it bad, 2 or 3 weeks later, it comes to us.
Meanwhile, France is all set to enter its third national lockdown to curb the coronavirus transmission. France's lower house, the National Assembly, voted on Thursday in favour of new coronavirus restrictions announced by the French government on Wednesday. Restrictions already applying in the Paris region and elsewhere will be extended next week to the whole country for 1 month. Britain, meanwhile, is taking another small step to ease lockdown restrictions as it looks nervously at a new COVID-19 surge in its European neighbours. People are now allowed to meet in groups of 6 and can also resume outdoor sports such as basketball, tennis and golf.